The pizza game. It was one of those long drives through the countryside. You know the kind. Trees waving, fences rolling past, cows ignoring everything except lazily chewing grass. The sun blinked through the clouds. Birds zipped by. And inside the car, things were, well, a little wiggly. Dean was wiggling. Parker was squirming. It even felt like James's sock was trying to escape from under his sandal. "Are we nearly there yet?" Dean said, dragging the word out like bubblegum stuck to your shoe. "They're getting me almost antsy, too," Melissa whispered to James, smiling as she tapped his arm. "But I think you've got something up your sleeve." Melissa winked at James. "I might just have," James replied, eyes twinkling as he steered around a bend in the road. "How about a game?" James announced enthusiastically. "Yes!" Dean bounced. "Is it I Spy colors?" "Too many trees and grass at the moment," James said. "You'd only spy something green." Dean scowled. "Not fair. I really like I Spy colors." "How about the pizza game?" Dean blinked. "What's that?" "Yes, James," Melissa added. "The pizza game. Do tell us more." "I know that I'm definitely intrigued." James grinned. "Well, in the pizza game, you get a crust. Then you pick a sauce, red or white. And then—" He paused dramatically as he thought up the next rule. "You can choose 3 toppings. Note, that's only 3 toppings, not 33 toppings. And then you can have any type of cheese that you want on top." Melissa looked puzzled. And that's the pizza game?" "Let me show you," James said, peeking into the rearview mirror. "Mine is a wood-fired crust with little black bits on the edge, tomato sauce, Iberico ham, portobello mushrooms, fresh oregano, and fresh mozzarella cheese and fontina cheese on top." Melissa chuckled. "Always the foodie, never just plain cheese and tomato for you." Dean thought hard and looked out of the window at the fluffy clouds while imagining his own pizza. "Okay, I want sardines. Sardines and olives and that stretchy cheese I love." "What kind of sauce?" "Red sauce, but not spicy, okay?" "Okay," James said. "Delicious, but not spicy hot. Maybe just a tiny squeeze of lemon on the sardines when they come out of the oven?" Dean's face lit up. "Yes! Lemon! Melissa turned back from Dean. "Mom's turn. Just 3 toppings, right?" "Yup," James said. "Rules are rules." James wasn't usually big on rules and smiled at Melissa. "Then I want ham, pineapple, and, yes, potatoes." Dean giggled. "Potatoes? In pizza?" "You loved those roasted potatoes on your pizza last year on Boxing Day, remember?" James reminded him. "Oh, yeah, they were so good," Dean said. "You cooked them in the oven first, I remember." Melissa leaned back with a dreamy look. That was a good pizza night. James looked back. "What about you, Parker?" Silence. Parker had nodded off, thumb in mouth, head tilted forward like a sleepy duckling. Melissa laughed softly. "You could put anything on Parker's pizza and he'd eat it." "Peanut butter, peas, and strawberries?" James suggested. Yes, but don't forget the cheese, Melissa added. And just like that, they played another round. And another. Pizza after pizza. Some wild, some sweet, some silly. Like peanut butter, jelly, and M&M's pizza. Dean even thought one up with his favorite plastic dinosaurs. Then Dean's tummy rumbled loud enough to almost make his car seat shake. Mom, I'm hungry, Dean announced. James laughed. Yes, agreed. We've imagined the pizzas, even the really crazy ones, so now let's go and actually find pizzas. He tapped the screen on the dashboard. Look at that. A place called Como Pizza, just 20 minutes from here. And a wood-fired oven. Dean clapped. I hope they have sardines. 20 minutes later, the family pulled up to a little stone building nestled in a grove of trees. A wood sign read, Como Pizza, family, friends, and wood-fired pizza. Inside smelled like melted cheese, garlic, dough, fresh wood-fired pizza, and it felt like cozy happiness. The oven glowed orange. The smell of soft wood smoke lingered, and the walls were filled with family photos and pizza awards. A cheerful man with flour-dusted arms stepped forward. Welcome to Como Pizza. Hi, I'm Nick, he said. What can I get you folks? James shook his hand. Well, my son here has a special request. Nick looked down. What'll it be, buddy? Dean stood on his tiptoes. Can I have sardines on my pizza? Nick smiled. Ooh, we're out of sardines, but I've got anchovies. Tiny, salty, very tasty. He winked at Dean. Dean tilted his head. Okay, can I have lemon juice on them? Nick blinked, then laughed. I like you, and I like your taste buds, too. I'll make a personal pie just for you. Anchovies, lemon juice, anything else? Olives and potatoes, Dean said proudly. Melissa smiled. The boy knows what he likes. They ordered a big pizza to share, too. Pineapple on half for Melissa. James winked at her. Ham on the whole pizza, and half mushroom for James. Melissa winked back at him. James didn't like pineapple, and Melissa didn't like mushrooms, but they compromised. And Parker? Still asleep in his stroller. But that didn't stop Nick from saying, let me guess, for the young fellow, peanut butter and peas? They all laughed. The pizzas arrived, hot and fragrant. Dean's was a little masterpiece. Is it good? James asked. Dean took a bite, then another, then 3 more, nodding his head each time. I think, Dean said between bites, that anchovies are my new favorite. Melissa wiped his chin. You're an adventurous eater. Halfway through lunch, Nick walked by. So, Pizza Master, what's the verdict? Dean held up a tiny thumbs up. The pizza game came true. As they finished up, Parker finally stirred, sniffing the air like a pizza puppy. Oh, so now you wake up? Melissa said, breaking off a soft corner of crust for him. They eventually said their thanks and waved goodbye to Nick, agreeing they'd be back to visit him and Como Pizza again. As they buckled up in the car, Dean whispered to his dad, Dad, can we play the pizza game again tomorrow? James smiled. Of course. We can play it whenever you want. Dean yawned. Even if we're not in the car? Especially then, Melissa said. It's a game for anywhere. And as the car rolled down the tree-lined road, full tummies and sleepy smiles filled the back seat. Dean leaned forward, smiled, and whispered, "And next time, I'm putting jelly beans on my pizza."